Welcome, everyone, to San Antonio by Night. We are entering into the second episode of Season 2 of our chronicle, entitled The Oncoming Storm. Leading up to where we last left off, the coterie has been getting to know one another and doing their best to try and settle themselves in to the city of San Antonio. And so, in doing so, leading up to the very end of the first season, we found out that the Camarilla were sending agents to San Antonio, perhaps to find specific individuals, perhaps to establish a Camarilla presence in the city. Their motivations are still unknown, but they are coming. The coterie members that we have amongst us today will be Amber, Benji, and Urian. The three of them doing what they can to prepare, and M being the kind of person who frequently isn't stuck in her head at times, will not be joining us today. So, the coterie have been doing their best to find a new haven, one that is private, one that is their own, and steer away from sleeping at the common meeting place inside the domain. And that is where we find our kindred today. So, let's hear some thoughts from our coterie members of the host, the overseers of the sanctuary. Amber, you're the newest member to this coterie, and you had an interesting conversation the last time that you spoke with Urian. Why don't you give us a little bit of your thoughts leading up to this evening?
Yes. Mr. Doyle and I did have quite the interesting conversation. His way of speaking and way of thinking kind of make me question. When I said I wanted to stick my rather large boots up Benji's butt sideways, I was joking. I wouldn't be able to hurt him even if I wanted to. He could pick me up and snap me in half with a single hand. You know, my social gravitas aside. But I can understand that Benji is important in some way or another to him, and he'd rather see Benji unharmed, whether I was joking or not. But no, he needn't fear. I'm not going to hurt Benji. I have no reason to hurt Benji. I have no desire to hurt Benji. I have desire for other things from Benji, but hurting isn't one of them. And then Benji himself, well, he and I need to have a little chat about what happened at the club. I think it's best that we air out all of that laundry so that we're on the same page going forward.
On the same page would be very desirable in a coterie in most cases.
That it would be.
Benji, you had a very interesting night at the club. You saw a particularly pretty friend of yours there. What are your thoughts? going into tonight?
Well, fuck. You know, I'm gonna be honest. I hear about Kindred preying on mortals and stuff like that all the time, coming up on sneaking up on people, showing up on their doorsteps, all that shit. That creeper shit, right? I never thought that that would happen on my doorstep by my own coterie mates, by my own crew. For some reason, it didn't occur to me. But now I guess it does. Fuck. Oh my god. I gotta make it clear to Amber. She can't be doing that. She really can't be doing that. That aside, fuck, we moved. We're in a new house. It's so fucking big. Oh my god. I've never. Okay, look. When you grow up poor, you don't realize these fun utilities, these things, and like this place has a second fucking floor.
As
The
did
TV's
any place.
yeah. It did, but it was like it's kind of like a loft. You climb a little ladder to get up there, but this has actual rooms. It's got 3 bathrooms. I don't even need to use bathrooms. That's just exciting. It's fucking cool. I think building up on this group benefits me too. I'm starting to get this idea. I just amongst other ideas like not fucking up everything I touch. I've been thinking really hard lately about Emmanuel. I've been thinking about the consequences of what I did there, my actions. It's the same with Carlos, you know? I just go around and I fuck up these people's lives. And it's mostly because I think, or maybe I don't think. You know, I'm good at one thing, and that's busting shit up. But my crew, coterie, they're good at the other things. I rely on them a lot. So I want to work with them more. Instead of running on my own on some mission that I don't have the balls to finish.
Fair enough. Anything worth doing is worth doing right. And so, Urian, you are the one who has been working the hardest in setting up this particular haven, taking some of your own free time and going searching for an appropriate place.
It is true. I do so for those who are under my charge. Especially with M and her episodes getting worse. I need to make sure she's in a place that very few know of. At this point, it is only the coterie that knows of this place's existence. And I must admit, I prefer this. It is more comfortable. The ceilings are high. Well, higher, I guess. There is something I miss, truthfully. There are so many luxuries here that it's hard to keep track of. The idea of placing a glass against this refrigeration unit and receiving frozen cubes of ice and purified water. I think the kind do not marvel enough at these wonders that a short time ago would seem as myth. It is not much of an exaggeration to say you have mastered the rivers, the waters, and the rain in this century. Still, even as I reassess our current new digs, I believe that's the term. My mind is wandering. I am wishing to go. I need to find more information. I need to know the express purpose. I need a face-to-face with the Camarilla. But to ask something so soon, so ill-prepared, the only hope I truly have is that they are as equally unprepared. Benji and Amber would prefer to end up keeping that distance. I would rather know my enemy. Yet, is there truly anything here that would constitute neutral ground? How would they even get in touch with them? Find them? Bind them? These are questions I am still wrestling with, and an opportunity has not presented itself. I still go out on my evenings, making my phone calls. It's frustrating as I receive no notice, no word. And I find myself drifting in thought. I think of Benji and Amber. Amber deciding to say something that was most unkind to or about Benji while he was not in the room. That's how it starts, you see. The belief, the scent is but a joke. And I am forced to come to grips with my own shortcomings. A longing for the past.
Everyone has their flaws. Nostalgia can be a double-edged sword. But you all have collected yourselves and you wake in the new home. And I would like each of you to make rouse checks. Benji and Urian, you are able to stave off the beast from getting any louder. It just rumbles, grumbles, complains as it always does, but not any louder tonight. Amber, you on the other hand have a little bit more noise in your mind. A little bit more of of your stomach, wanting to jump out of your body and rip and tear at everything it sees. But it's not terribly loud yet. And so, that is where you are. You're each individually in your own rooms. This home is fairly large. 5 bedrooms, one for each of you. And it's spacious. It has tall ceilings. It has a detached garage. It has a beautiful yard in the front. It's really quite nice. Perhaps more of the amenities than you thought you needed in a place like this, especially in life, but even more in unlife. It is something for you to mold, create as your own. And this is where you find yourselves. What do you do?
I imagine I am currently, after everybody, giving everybody their chance to bring themselves back. I'm finishing a walk from my contacts, calling those that matter, wishing them a good evening, touching base, setting out some feelers. But I'm not sure if I have any leads that might get us closer to our end goal. I feel exhausted already, and the night is just anew. But she has a price every night. Every night, the moon. She asks of me more, and I grow weary. So when I get home, the first thing I imagine is to end up seeking out Amber and Benji. See what the children are getting into. For all I know, Amber is currently sitting in the bathroom with that mirror the size of a man, observing her fineries, posing in front of it. I imagine Benji with his TV, flipping through channels and being awestruck at the idea of hundreds. I hear cable is becoming a big thing now.
You're not too far off, at least with me. I'm just in the living room. I have the TV on in the background. It's just nice to have some sort of noise going on. I'm not very good at sitting with myself right now, lately. But I went ahead and grabbed myself some sticks, woods, things like that from out in the front. I noticed there were some trees, a little bit falling apart. I've had the trash can in front of me, just been slowly carving away at these sticks with my... I just want to make sure we're stocked up.
As Benji is kind of... This Amber is going to exit the bar. You better believe she was using that mirror. Just a little anyway. Makeup is a thing that still needs to happen after all. And she's going to come over to Benji. Kinda content in her way. And smile at him. Like, Benji, dear, can we talk?
Sure. Do you want to do it here, or do you want somewhere more private? I mean, well, I guess it is kind of private.
It's
Here.
about as private as we'll get.
Yeah.
I must ask you something.
Okay.
At the club. Why were you attempting to separate me from her? I must ask. I'm curious.
I set down the pocket knife and the sticks and just sort of leaned back on the couch. Why do you assume?
No, I'm just simply curious. And I want to get a little bit of insight into you.
Well, if you want the honest answer, it's because I do know her.
Amber kind of thinks his answer through for a moment before she's like, I see.
See what?
You know, I can see why now. But Benji, just to do us both a favor, next time, if you want me to do that, could you just send me a text before you ask? Yes, I check my phone all the time, no matter where I am.
Okay. Alright. Sure.
Good, good, good.
Look, I gotta make a note, Amber. For me, there are a couple people.
Oh boy!
Sorry.
For me, there are a couple people in my life which I deem as important to me. And honestly, just I'll make sure to give you the heads up next time. It's just only if you have any intentions of speaking to Amber again, though, I need to make it clear. Or fuck. If you have any intentions of speaking to that girl again, I need to make it clear. Don't. Just don't.
Well, you tell me and I'll back off. I'm not unreasonable.
Alright. It's a two-way street.
Of course.
Similar situation. If you have some you need me to back off, just let me know. Done.
Yeah. I'll keep that in mind, but... Benji. This is a much less serious... related but much less serious question.
Okay.
You... I mean, the way that you say it, it makes you sound like you might be a little bit sweet on this girl.
No, stop. No. He just puts a finger up. Look.
I was just gonna say, if you need a wingman, I'm on your side, you know.
I already been shot. Okay, I don't need more.
Oh.
We're fine. It doesn't. I respect her as a person. We're still friends.
That's a shame. No one likes getting shot down.
Urian, this is
But-
about when you walk into the home and see them in the entryway, or see them in the living room.
Well, I try and end up coming in as quietly as possible. It's weird having a garage and the ability to lock your van away. That is unusual. Perhaps I've got used to roughing it. When I end up seeing those two, though, I realize they are in conversation. Just give them a polite nod. I start walking towards the kitchen. It has a nice view of the backyard. It's not much, but it is a view. One little better than what we had before. I don't know what it is with me and my affinity for windows. Perhaps I'll be pushed out of one, defenestrated, like in old times. What an errant thought.
Benji notices Urian. Urian, cool. All right. Hey, what's going on tonight? How are you? You can see he's trying to get an out of the conversation.
Well, I did not receive any good news, if that's what you're asking. Not bad news either. No news.
No news is still good.
Not in this existence.
No news is bad news. Got it.
Yes. No news means something's happening. And no one wants to speak, either because they're afraid or remain ignorant. Ignorance kills.
Hmm.
Now, that being said, do you two have plans for the evening?
Benji looks over to Amber. He waits for her first.
Well, have a couple of ideas, actually.
Go on.
Because we want to be using this haven of ours as a personal resting place, we do still need somewhere to put the people. Because unfortunately, we do a lot of kidnapping. Like, a lot of kidnapping. Like, an uncomfortable amount of kidnapping.
Who's
And
doing
we still need-
kidnapping? You hear from the other
No
room.
one. No one, it's just a show on TV.
All right.
Thank you very much, Randolph.
Just checking in on your kids.
So Amber now drops the tone of her voice to be a more quiet whisper. It's like, anywho, we need a place to hide, you know, the incidental leftovers. So I was thinking that maybe I might be able to get on to kind of sorting that out a little bit. Getting the requisite things together. I mean, I don't think you would be too opposed to making that meeting place that we still have a more solid location to go about our business, Mr. Doyle?
One can say that.
Can I make a suggestion? Don't shit
Yes,
where you
please.
eat.
Oh yes,
We,
you're exactly right.
we should I mean, sure, we separated this place from our meeting place. Should we, I mean,
Might I make a point? That is a secondary concern. One that may come in to be fruitful later. But believe it or not, it is surprisingly easy to end up hiding. Body, you know what you're doing. And more importantly, you are... With what purpose do you have this container? Right now, if you were to gain such a thing, how would you put it to purpose?
Well, as you said, Mr. Doyle, you're exactly. But no one to talk.
Amber, you are cutting out way too much.
My apologies. Glitch in the matrix, you know. Anywho, as I was saying, as you said, no news is like something is happening, but no one is speaking.
Are
It gives us a
you...
chance to make someone speak.
While a good investment in future, we do not have time for such investments. And he leans in a little bit more to Amber. Allow me to remind you that the kidnapping rarely requires a place to stay. And for the most part, it is not something that I usually recommend. I have done so through one extraordinarily rare circumstance. Now, that being said, you two, what exactly are you hoping to accomplish here? Truthfully. Amber, you say you wish to end up striking out on your own. Benji, always up for a good fight. What are you hoping at the end of this all?
fuck. To survive.
For what? Another day of survival? To do it all over again? You must aim yourself higher. Much higher, Benji. We have one who holds ambition, we have the other who holds strength, but both of which will be lost to the wind. I have a suggestion if your evenings are free.
I'm open for it.
As am I.
I think it is about time we go and visit the neighbors, if you think you can maintain your best behavior. Specifically, Benji, I believe you would have the most difficulty with what I am about to propose.
Shoot.
I have the ability to, within a single evening, contact someone of high importance. The only individual I have not had an opportunity to speak with in the recent evenings, and I believe should be notified as we do with Baron Delgado.
Alright.
I believe the three of you should meet them, but alas, M is in no condition and would serve more of a liability in their given.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we will travel southward, out of the domain.
Alright.
Might I suggest you come in your finest gowns, your fine... Pop out the top hat and tails. Grab a cane, if you will. I'm pretty sure Randolph has a spare one somewhere in his closet.
Do I need a suit?
Preferably.
Suit.
I can
Can you do such on short notice?
Yes, I'll just need to make a stop by my head.
Very well. Because you both will be meeting Baron Angela Batista.
But... Oh. Okay. Alright. Best behavior. Best behavior.
To express, Angela has a fondness when it comes to travel. Specifically, she is in charge of tourism. She ends up having a particular interest in keeping everything quiet. So, with that interest, I have already approached her once. But I feel that her meeting you might prove to end up being something that can be extrapolated on. And gives Delgado plausible deniability.
Okay.
Does this agree with the both of you?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
I'm
yes.
fine with that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Isabella's told me a little bit of Batista. But only a little.
Urian kind of goes back into his memory. Is there actually a relation?
Give me a sec here. I will tell you. Where did it go? There it is. There is no relationship between Isabella and Baron Bastita, as far as you know.
Okay. So no shared lineage, nothing like that.
If it's a shared lineage, it goes way, way back. You're not sure of any immediate relation.
Fair. Okay. I am also going to suggest that you both try and end up coming up at least with a token of appreciation of her time. Feel free to present whatever you feel is appropriate.
Oh, hell. Alright, what do I have? Benji thinks about it for a moment. Token of appreciation.
Benji, make me an intelligence plus etiquette if you want to roll for it.
Oh, please. Because I don't know. Womp.
You know,
Success is still a success.
it's true. You know that Ventru tend to appreciate their lineage more than any other clan. Isabella's told you this, and she seems to admire the accomplishments of her own sire and her grandsire. Um, so something that would be indicative of respect towards Batista's line might be something that you would think of, but it would be a politics roll if you want to try and figure out what that would be.
Okay, well, I guess I'm making a politics roll.
Plus intelligence.
He's growing another brain cell every.
Ooh, that's a messy crit.
Not real hard.
He went to grow 1 and he grew 2 instead.
Like his ball sack.
Wow. Wow. You know, her sire's name is Regina Garcia of El Paso. So something that would remind her of El Paso would be perfectly applicable.
Paso. That's right. That's it. Benji just excitedly stands up and starts rummaging around. Give me a moment. I have an idea.
Are you rummaging for something specific?
I'm looking up. Okay. I'm trying to figure out things from El Paso, me as a player.
Suffice it to say, you have something in your possession that might be applicable. Perhaps something that you've been to El Paso before, and you picked up a little bit of a little tourist's knickknack, and you think that possibly that would be a good gift.
It's like knick-knack.
Yep.
Something from a tourist trap, but surprisingly artistic. Be honest, it was like, it's a little wooden doll. Mother got it for me once, and I don't know. I just keep it on my person. On occasion. Keep it on my things, put it above my bed. It's weird. I'm bad at throwing away gifts. But
Benji the Hoarder.
shh. I just don't get gifts that often, so this'll work. Maybe. He runs to his room, picks it up off of shelf, comes out with this little bird totem. It's got sort of very Hispanic feel to it. Latin American design. He just is holding it, proud of himself. So, this is what I got.
I look forward to seeing you presenting it. Truly, I do. Ember, do you have anything in mind?
Amber is kind of pacing on this. Like I'm thinking. I mean, there are a couple of things that I could offer.
Well,
I
then
have
I suppose that we will end up seeing the totality of your wit on display.
hopefully. Internally, Emma has no idea what she's going to present. She has a couple of ideas, but there's nothing solid because she doesn't even know if Bautista would like what she has in mind.
If you want to roll an intelligence politics as well.
Um, yeah, sure.
You know. You know she's Ventru? And that lineage is a big thing that she would admire, but that's really about it. You're not really super certain on who her sire is or where she comes from or anything of that sort.
Then I might go with something a little more general. I don't know anything about this woman in particular, but I know one thing I do know about Venture in general is that they possess a rather rarefied palate in all things. So maybe there are some one of a kind prototypes for fashion wear that have never seen the light of day. Something of either something of that or yeah, no, something of that. Makes the gift somewhat personalized and says a bit about the person who's giving it. I don't know if she'll particularly like it, but I mean, if she doesn't want to keep it, at the very least, it'll sell for quite a mint. So, it's practical in a way.
All right. So are you all heading out now, or you have more to say?
I think we'll head out now. I have been making arrangements, so it should be honored properly, especially after our last conversation.
Of course.
I believe she said she was looking forward to meeting again last time we encountered.
And so you travel a little ways through to Amber's personal haven to grab some things from her, and then you make your way downtown to the Tower of Americas, where Baron Bastita makes her introductions to many of the kindred that she has ever met. The three of you.
Along the way, plenty awkward Benji stripping down and trying to throw on his suit together in the car.
Benji, it fits awkward. It fits a little too tight in places. It's weird to wear a jacket. This kind of a jacket anyway. Nothing nearly as roomy.
He looks down in his chest and he's, Jesus Christ, I'm gonna button if I flex.
Unfortunately, Benji, you're very bit hard. Taylor. Something that I might have to organize for you at some point. Get some measurements and get you a nice proper suit that'll fit a bit better.
I would appreciate it.
Okay, and so you arrive at the Tower of Americas and you climb the incredibly tall elevator and make your way into the restaurants. And Benji and Amber, this is a lavish restaurant. There is a maitre d' who greets you when you do enter, and he leads you to a table, and when you do look at the menu, you realize that everything is overpriced. Everything. Including the glass of water.
Oh my... What? He whispers over to Amber, is this what bougie people do? Is this... Is this... What is this? Look at the price. And he just points at the menu, and it's like a $80 steak. What the fuck is that?
Amber just nods. Yeah.
Dude, is this your kind of... He leans over to Yuri and... This your kind of scene?
Benji, please. You're ruining the atmosphere.
Yeah. Okay. Great. And he just folds the menu and puts it down.
Benji, it is... Perhaps you're too young to understand this. But listen to the music. Look out into that beautiful city. A warm chair. Fine glassware. The ambience. Cheer. And to end up seeing it all. This is a moment of pure beauty. It's in these small moments I almost understand the mindset of a rose as our fine Amber. And let us be honest here, Benji. You will not be ordering the steak.
Well, no. I've never seen anything like this before. So...
I wish I could... Oh, please, by all means, Benji, I apologize for interrupting. Go on.
It's fine, I just... The skylight is really, really pretty. I don't really get many opportunities to see the city from this site.
No.
Wear suits or anything like that. I guess I'll just take it in.
As one should.
It's about that moment that you find that a woman dressed in a very nice black gown starts to approach the table. The maitre d' following behind her and pulling out her seat and allowing her to sit.
Urian will actually raise his hand and stand, if you would allow me.
Please.
Thank you very much, garçon. He pulls out the chair and gives a small bow when the beautiful woman in the small black dress takes her seat. Places all the point of elegance. Even goes so far as to grab a napkin and unfurl it, placing it down appropriately. The Lady Batista.
Mr. Doyle, so nice to see you again.
And to you. We're humbled to be in your presence, as always. He then takes a moment to find his seat. Allow me to introduce Miss Amber Dupree. A rose of, I think, one of the most delicate cuts you'll ever find. And Benji, you'll have to pardon. The rabble find these places difficult to move, but he is developing a taste, as he should, given that he is trained under your own family's Isabella.
How is Miss Castile?
She's doing excellently. She's very keen. She has a very good domain. In all honesty, remains an inspiration to me. I just hope I can live up to her standards, as well as yours.
And Miss Dupree, how are you this evening?
I am smiling a lot.
Well, shall we continue the conversation? Mr. Doyle, you reached out to me because you wanted to speak, and so I have come to see you, or allowed you to come to see me, rather.
I would never presume to have you come to see me. However, first and foremost, Mr. Cortez and Miss Dupree would like to end up presenting you something.
Oh.
Pardon. And Benji reaches down into his pocket, pulls out this little totem, bird totem described earlier. He places it on the table, holds out his hands. I know it's not much. I don't get very many opportunities, but El Paso has some significance.
It
Kind of does for me.
And
Go ahead. Sorry.
no, continue.
Oh, I mean, it's not much, but my mother, some time ago, a while ago, made the trip down there. I wasn't able to go because a lot of trouble, you know. How you know my kind, my type, always into trouble. It's
As the
probably
rebel
why.
tend to be.
Yeah. She took a trip to Franklin Mountains State Park down there, and one of the many spots she was able to get that for me. She brought it back to me, and I've held on to it because it's not very often that I'm able to keep gifts. I felt like this moment, to my understanding, is very much an honor and a gift, and I thought, rather than getting rid of things, it's so much better to pass on gifts. I don't know, it's a sentiment. That's all right.
I will treat it with the utmost care.
Benji might notice Urian with a slight smile when he looks in the direction, a small nod. Not to draw attention to himself, but to acknowledge a presentation well done.
This will be when, after the to her into a bag that she brought. You must forgive me, Baron. I have less knowledge than Bendy does on these kinds of things. But I thought to present you with something genuinely unique from my own line of knowledge. And she would present a couple of absolutely beautiful garments. And as she does, Amber's things like these are unique prototypes.
I see.
As far as I am aware, these are the only ones of their kind in existence. And I would wish for you to have them sign up my respect.
A valuable treasure. I appreciate it. I appreciate it very much. I look forward to donning them one of these nights.
I would look forward to seeing the occasion.
As would I.
Of course.
I have to admit, Madame Bautista, that I'm sure that no matter how many times I come here, the view never would tire. Tell me, do you ever tire of it? Or is it as magnificent as one could hope each time you look out?
Each time I look out, I see something new. I see something that may have passed my sight before, the night before, the week before, the decade before. Something new is always on the horizon.
Truer words never spoken.
I dare to say that even a rose would not tire of this view.
Certainly none worth the title. Alas, as much as I would love for this to be a social visit, completely, there are duties, as we are all beheld to them.
Of course.
I asked you quite some time ago if any issues would arrive in your own domain, or specifically involving the tower.
I've heard whispers. Whispers that really make me uncomfortable.
Speak them and see your mind put to ease.
You are aware that the tower has a very deep root in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, yes?
I am familiar. In Dallas, it is a Prince Gnesahir Warsi, one of the haunts, who ends up ruling in that area.
You are caught up on that then?
As much as one can be. It is why I traveled, it is why I speak.
And I believe that you had, at the time we met last, informed me that there is a possibility of familial issues.
Yes, a grievous concern, and I have reason to believe that they are not alone in that.
That's worrying.
It is. But I am not worrying. I cannot, not as I sit at this table. Please, do tell us what you have heard.
A young man by the name of Kyle Calhoun is making I wouldn't say domain there. He doesn't intend to stay. No, I've only heard whispers. I've not actually interacted with the man myself. He's looking for something.
Something.
Or someone.
Benji, Amber, would you be kind enough to expound your thoughts on this troubling news?
Looking.
Amber, speak up, please. I
Looking
know.
for someone. It's. There's. My major concern with hearing that is what exactly would pique their interest, such as they would go looking for it. It's very rare that those in want of very little decide to actually go looking for something. So whatever it or whoever it is, this cannot bode well. Especially if it's someone rather than something.
I mean, someone, something. Does it really matter? Where the issue is that supernatural beings, if they're looking for something that's someone, an anarch.
Tell me, Lady Batista. Where did you hear these rumors?
As you know, I do have haunts of my own.
I am sure. At this point, are we the only group who is proactively seeking out these intruders on your fair domain?
Proactively working No, you are not the only ones. I have been working to make sure that, upon your request, the last time you were here, that Calhoun speak with you directly.
Yes. Is such an arrangement still possible?
Quite possible. When I will know when he will be traveling to the city. By plane or by car, he has to come through my domain.
Yes.
Seeing as that he is northeast of us.
My only concern lies in Baron James.
Jameson.
Yes. I am concerned because while I know Delgado's intention, and I would like to know your mind, at this point, the individual who identifies with military is the one who has been making moves against your dome, or against our little slice of heaven. Indirectly, with Cain, I intend to see such actions punished. But this is to split my attention. At this point, it is a small squabble beneath the Baron's notice. But I do not intend to let it slide. More importantly, if his actions to continue to provoke, well, during this particular time, I would almost be dreading the idea that he may have a better way of getting into the city that is beyond your eye. Yours is that of the entertainment district, the sights, the sounds. But do you have any ability to track military operations? It is not something to be answered, but an idea. There is only one who benefits from this situation. The timing is too perfect.
It would seem so. It is a thought, though.
One I dread. So,
It is a thought that I will keep my eye on.
I did say I would end up offering a branch of the olive to you, and in hopes to foster good relations upon you from Baron Delgado. So, Baron Bastita, I speak to now. I implore that such mutual cooperations, whatever the difficulties between your two domains, is something to be fostered. And if need be, I will become the bridge.
Then I would request that you beseech your Baron Delgado and ask him if he would come to the tower. This tower, not the ivory tower, of course.
Of course. If I were to try and make such arrangements, would you be opposed for him to bring a particular escort? We may provide that or someone else of his choosing. But of course, you have your own here. He kind of brings his eyes to the maitre d', which you imagine isn't too far. But out of respect.
Out of respect, I would allow such a thing.
It is a case of you trusting those of his constituents in your domain, as you have given trust for us to beseech you. I will pass on that message that you will speak with him. I pray that Jameson will not be too quick to act.
It would not be smart for him to do so.
And yet, rash decisions have been becoming of him and his constituents as of late.
Her interest seems a little piqued at that.
A conversation perhaps for another time. But, suffice it to say, we are all undone should the Camarilla come in force. So I wish to make it very clear that, as of right now, my service is to Delgado, but my city is where my heart belongs.
Agreed. As is mine.
And that warms me in what's left of my soul to end up hearing from such a beautiful, compassionate, understanding, and wise Baron. I would expect nothing less. And so, Madame, while I apologize, I cannot afford a steak, as I'm sure you can understand my stomach would not handle such delights. I still appreciate your hospitality and your grace. We shall set out at once to end up seeking out Baron Delgado and expressing your wish to meet face to face.
Is there some place where I can reach you in the event that I do hear something of Calhoun?
Send one of your haunts out to Sanctuary. Let them leave a mark on of a cross above the pentagram near a corner store on 5th and Jefferson. I will find it eventually, and I will meet with them.
Then I suppose I'll let you get to your business.
As I will remove myself from your presence, so too would an angel long to see heaven once again.
And she goes to stand.
He stands immediately here, as she does.
Benji follows suit.
As does Amber.
And she reaches out her hand to shake yours. You're in.
He takes her hand and leans down. It's almost like you can smell her vitae through the top of her hand.
She would make
Still.
a tasty meal.
She would. So much. So much so that I cannot help but give a polite kiss, as though to a ring, though here it is the top of the hand, in the old gentlemanly moment. Ah, but that taste. That taste. I'll remember that. Thank you very much, Baron Bastita.
And she gives you a nod and reaches forward to shake Benji's hand.
Benji shakes her hand, making sure to keep it firm, but not lightly so. He looks her in the eyes. Thank you for your time.
I like a firm handshake.
He
And
just smiles and nods.
and she reaches out to you, Ember, for the same thing.
And Emma would. Reciprocating kind. It's a bit more delicate than Benji, but it's still got that strength there.
You all have a pleasant evening.
And you as well.
And she turns to make her way towards the kitchen.
Do I see a particular banner hanging in the kitchen when she here goes in as I'm leaving? Or perhaps in the main hall?
A particular banner? Are you looking for something specific?
Yes. A gift previously given.
You don't see it in the main hall of the dining room, but you do see a little bit of that color as she goes into the kitchen and towards the hall in the back of it.
This pleases me greatly. Once there, he does the gentlemanly thing and pulls the Emperor's chair aside. He even goes so far as to even put the chairs back in their proper position. Takes hold of a single napkin and gives it a fold. Then starts to make his way to the elevator, opening the doors for his 2 charges.
Amber would nod with us.
And you both, and all 3 of you, make your way into the streets.
After checking the vehicle, observing with his sight, specifically for the hidden things. And once he's convinced that they are alone, and that the vehicle has not been bugged, if he's convinced of this, he will speak freely.
You don't find anything.
So, what did you learn in that little encounter?
Benji leans against the car and you can see he's got like the tapping foot of anxiety. Some degree of etiquette, I suppose. Treat your elders with respect. He smiles.
Or it's so simple.
It's not. That's the problem.
Only for the uninitiated. And that will come in time, Benji. That will come in time. Emperor, your thoughts?
In this, though, yeah, servant.
You're still cutting out.
Yeah, no, the internet's really screwing up today. My apologies. If Amber kind of thinks for a moment, in this situation, whilst we are servants of our rival Baron, the enemy of my enemy is my friend.
Perhaps more accurate to make a friend. First make an enemy.
Hmm. It's a very interesting way to look at it. I suppose I haven't thought about that before. But as you said, Mr. Doyle, it comes with time and experience, yes?
Eventually. Jameson's timing is either too immaculate or extremely foolish. One way or the other, he will be punished for it. Right now, we must get in contact with Delgado. And Benji,
Yes.
your particular note here.
Yeah. Oh. Are we referring back to the Carlos situation, or?
No, I am referring to you specifically.
Oh.
You, I would wager a guess, pleased her probably the greatest of us three.
Repeat that. I missed it.
You pleased her the greatest amongst the three of us. Your gift was well chosen, and for the right reasons. It is the reason that she agreed. Now, I will get you in a position to be Baron Delgado's protection. This is an opportunity for you to grow greatly.
Oh. Thanks. Thank you.
You're displeased.
No, it's unexpected because I'm anxious. I don't really know what I'm doing with that stuff.
No, you do not. But you have earned the respect of two barons. Small amount of respect, but respect.
He just does a little smirk. He's quietly pleased.
Pull this off, and you can brag to Isabella all you wish. Amber,
Yes, Mr. Doyle?
I hope that you are able to end up pleasing Delgado in much the same way. Yours was a gift from a rose to a rose. I hope, for kindness' sake, that she does in fact don the wares that you have brought to her this night. In her silent response.
You are correct.
Let us go. Meet Delgado and express to him the wishes of Angela Bautista.
And with that, we are going to take our break. Don't go anywhere, everyone. We will be back in about 10 minutes. Welcome back, everyone, to San Antonio by Night. We just came back from the coterie spending some time with Baron Bastita, a notable Ventru baron who has a very solid grip on the northeast side of town and the tourism industry for the most part. An interesting discussion ensued, and they parted ways. And we rejoined the coterie at their new haven. Having delivered the message to Baron Delgado that Baron Bastita would like to meet, and that they themselves would like to personally attend as the protection for the Baron, given that Bastita would likely have something of her own in that regard. The Baron Delgado has agreed and has set the meeting time with Baron Bastita for 2 nights out. After meeting with Delgado, the coterie returns home. The politicking and the monkey suit now over.
Oh, thank God. As soon as they get back, Benji takes off the jacket, just basically tries to pull it off without breaking it anymore. The buttons already flung out in the middle of the car while everyone was there. Embarrassing. As he's lumbering over to his room, he starts on. Doesn't really bother to close the door entirely. It's just a shirt, first and foremost. At this point, he's embarrassed himself enough. Once he's done, he's back out. So, grabbing onto top of the door frame, kind of leans forward. Looks at Amber. Anything you got going on tonight?
I had some that I was going to. Well, I need to go and see someone.
He needs me to come with or anything?
I have someone who I need to go see. But after that, a thought has occurred in my mind, considering we've been deep in it tonight. Given my talk with Delgado back at the party, I noticed that there is a large information gap for him. An information gap for him means an information gap for us, and the last thing we need to be right now is ill. So it's something that I'd very much like to investigate, but that's something that you, myself, Mr. Doyle can talk about at a later time. Right now, I just need to get my head in order.
Right.
I mean, you saw, right? Tonight? At the tower?
So what?
Exactly. That particular area, the bougie nature of it all, the steaks and the lovely music and the wonderful company, the luxury.
Yep.
I been in my element, and yet I sat there doing nothing, looking like a piece of meat.
I mean, to be fair, I didn't really do too much either. But
You did more than I did, Benji.
Benji goes into his room for a moment, comes back out with all of the clothes that Amber got for him. He has them neatly folded, hands them to her. I'm sorry.
She'll take them at some point over the next couple of...
You're cutting
Fit
out a lot, my
suit.
dude.
Yeah, no, internet is being absolutely brutal today. Just pop that over there so it's better picking up. There we go. Amber kind of looks it over and she's like, "We'll make sure that over the next couple of nights we get you into a tailor and get you a proper suit, one that more suits your gravitas."
Benji, staring very directly, very sincerely at Amber, nods. Thank you. Really. I mean, I don't know anything about that kind of world, but between Urian being able to do the talking and you knowing how to do presentation stuff, I appreciate it.
It's not a problem, Benji. Thing is, just to, have
I'm getting every third word.
Yeah, same.
I'm gonna punch my router in the face. Truly I am. She kind of stands there for a moment before she goes, "Benji, Urian may be the man with the plan, and I might be the flourishing bow that makes everything look all nice and pretty. But the crux of it is, those things mean nothing without strength to back it up."
Hey, I guess that makes us a pretty good team then.
It does, and when you add in the foresight and creativity of M, it makes us a sight to behold, and if we're in the right situation, a sight to be feared. So, my point would be that although you are out of your element at the moment, don't be so harsh on yourself.
I'll work on it. He scratches the his head anxiously. Yeah. Oh.
Please do. I'm not going to lie, it's a little unsettling to see you so unconfident.
You know, there's only one place I'm really good at it. Good.
Well,
From
we'll
any-
see if we can expand that to a bit more,
Worded. Wording. Anyways, I wish you luck tonight. With the person going to see. I have, I'm gonna see if I can get us set up with some stuff as well. See how
Yes.
this is going.
Yes, I would hope so. The more preparation, the better, I think. But I hope the rest of the night finds you well, Benji. I will see you later,
Take care tonight.
And you as well. And she's gonna head for her car to take a drive.
Okay. And Amber leaves the house to go and see someone that she maybe hasn't seen in a while. Benji and Urian, is there anything else you need to do before we decide to follow Amber?
No. I think I am simply spending a bit of time trying to acclimatize to this new location, moving into my new room. There is an old wooden chair. I am more concerned about the window, but for now, I just observe the street, this quaint little neighborhood, as I read. I'm still studying that book, wanting to figure out what the next move is. And the worry, if I misplace a single piece on this board, it will all come crashing down.
I have one thing. Going through my phone, I text Carlos, check in on him. As I'm moving through my contacts, I notice one number in there. Just with the name Vince. I've never met anyone like that. Look over, just kind of peer into Ian's room. I don't want to bug him. If I remember right, I think he gave me this number. I'll call it. See what this is about.
Okay. For now, we will follow Amber. The contact Vince is someone that Urian did in fact set you up with, and is someone that you can call should you need anything. And he uses those verbal air quotes, meaning that he could potentially get you a lot.
Well, I guess I'll be working with this for a sec. Find out what that means more.
All
And I'll
right.
do that on my own time.
Amber, you make
Yes.
your way through the streets of San Antonio. Whereabouts does this person live?
That is a good question. Give me a second to look at the map and I will...
Because they're a longtime friend of yours. So. But you know how to get there. And
Probably looking somewhere in one of the like the upper middle class, one of the upper middle class neighborhoods of North Central.
okay. So you head in that direction. You stop by this quaint little house. It's beautiful, but if not fairly small. It's also got a garage on the side. It's got a beautiful garden, greener than most yards on the west side of town, like the domain that you are residing in at this moment, where the grass in the domain is very brown and brittle from the summer heat. This yard is immaculately green. And you can't help but feel comfortable with that kind of beauty. Maybe not nearly as comfortable as you felt at the top of the Tower of Americas, but you feel some sense of joy being in such a beautiful yard. And you stride up to the house. You know that Julia tends to live by herself at this point. She is the same age as you. What do you do?
I'm struggling with a thought in my mind. Struggling with a thought in my mind between going and knocking on the door, how I'd long to talk to her again, but at the same time, I look at myself and it's not good. I'm not what I was when I last talked to her. It's been a while. I try my best to keep in contact, looking from a distance, talking on the phone, but it's been a long time since we've physically met up. And yeah, no, I've been so twisted over the past while. I've gone from one extreme to another, and I think the only way that I'm going to find any peace with what it is that I'm actually doing is to go and talk to her properly, not just over the phone. But not like this. I need to look my part, and as such, I'm gonna blush.
Roll me a rouse. Do you think we can take a little bite? She wouldn't mind, would she?
No.
Oh, come on.
Under no circumstances.
Just a little nibble? Come on.
We'll find something else to eat later.
That's
Right
always
now?
later. Always later.
Yes, and that is the way that it will remain. Steve. My mom. She doesn't deserve to deal with it like this. She is gonna walk up to the front door, and there's probably a doorbell. I'm sure. The doorbell.
After a moment, it is around midnight at this point. You see a light come on from one room on the other side of the house, and eventually the door does open, and you see that pretty face of your longtime friend, Julia Astor. Amber. This is a surprise.
As she comes to the door, I can't help but smile. She's like, Julia, I'm sorry for springing on you so late. I know it. Well,
Come on
it's
in.
not even late anymore. It's early. Thank you.
Technically. Yeah, come on in.
And she would enter the house.
Can I get you anything? I can make some tea, or I could I think I've got some like iced tea in the fridge. I
No, it's fine. Fine.
You sure?
I just, yeah. No, I needed to come and see properly.
Yeah, it's been a while. Wow.
A long while.
How long has it been since graduation? Right?
Yeah, graduation. I mean, physically talking. I mean, we've talked over the phone a little bit, but otherwise.
Yeah. Just okay. What's up? Wow. I am caught off guard. If you hadn't noticed.
Yeah. No, I apologize for sincerely. I just.
No, that's fine. But I, are you okay? Are things good? How are things?
Things have been busy. I've been just trying my best to keep an eye on how things are going. You know, things are going in the in my particular sphere, but
Right. Because you're doing that Instagram thing, right?
yeah. No, I am. It's going well. I'm actually making quite a large amount of money, but I thought that I
Really?
needed to. Yeah. No.
Wow.
Apparently, I look good enough that people want to pay for images of me.
I mean, you've always been the pretty one. Always been the pretty one. I mean, how does that surprise you?
Uh, the paying for it? Yeah, a little bit. It's always it. I mean, I've always known that I've been a bit of a looker, but at the same time, I've been a bit of a looker, but at the same time, I've been, you know, it's still a shock to the system. You know what I mean?
Well, I'd imagine so. I mean, I don't do the same thing. I'm just going to medical school actually.
Medical school.
Yeah. I'm studying at the Northeast campus right now for the basics and stuff. But eventually I'm gonna go to the medical center and start like doing some actual practical work. It's really frustrating and it's so busy.
Yeah, I could imagine, but at the same time, that has to be so exciting.
Yeah, it's very exciting. There's a lot to learn, and I am so overwhelmed right now.
Yeah.
But you came because you wanted to talk about the stuff that's going on with you. So what's so the Instagram thing's doing good. I'm glad about that. That's really cool.
Yeah. No, it is. It's just. I suppose I'm just at a point where I need a bit of affirmation, you know? Like, over the past while, I've been finding myself in situations where I should have been more and more in my element, but I've just been feeling less and less capable of moving about, you know what I mean? Like, it's like I should be more in my element, but I'm just feeling like a fish out of water.
Oh, everybody feels fish out of water sometimes.
Yeah, it's just it's just getting to be more and more of a thing recently, and
And she just kind of ushers you over to the couch in the front room so that you both could sit down at it.
yeah, and she'll follow and sit.
Well, why don't you tell me about it? I mean, like, why do you feel like you're a fish out of water? Is there something weird going on?
No, not particularly weird. It's just I got invited to dinner at the tower earlier.
Really? Oh my god, I've
Yeah,
been wanting to go there so bad, but it's so expensive.
it really is. And for what you get, it's
You're,
okay, I guess.
you're making that kind of money. That's a like that's a huge thing. Like, I've heard their food is so good.
It is, but at the same time, it's so bougie. You know what I mean? It's like it's so bougie that there's a disconnect.
Really?
Yeah, there's no real, like, it's hoity-toity, and it's luxurious, but there's this, it's missing this je ne sais quoi.
Uh-huh.
It's this, you know how, like, you walk into a like a mom and pop restaurant, right? And
Yeah.
it's not super luxurious or anything, but you feel that homeliness. You know what I mean? There's a, it's not just a professional care that they put into what they do. There's a personal care as well. It's like that personal care is missing.
Oh wow.
And I mean, so whilst it tastes amazing, also feels a little hollow. You know what I mean?
I've never been there, so I don't know. I don't know personally, but that sounds kind of rough. That's like the first real bad kind of review that I've ever heard.
It's not. Well, the thing is, it's not about the place. You take the place at face value. You go there and you go and see what it has to offer, and it's amazing. It's just my own feelings, and
Hmm. Did you go with the wrong person?
no, I went with who I could only consider to be literally one of the best people to go, one of the best people to go and enjoy it with. It's just, I don't know. I should have enjoyed it, and yet I didn't. You know? Because I
Okay.
mean, for all accounts, I should have been. The high life has always been my element. But
Yeah. Okay. Um. So, let's see. And you said the food was good. You said the music, the atmosphere was good. You said like the views got to be stellar, right?
oh, the view is amazing.
Then what was your hang up?
It just felt like there was something missing,
Something
and
missing.
I can't put my finger on what. And I think I've been finding that more and more with a bunch of different stuff. There's just, I should be in my element, but I'm just freezing up, and
It almost sounds like you're getting bored with bougie stuff.
maybe.
When was the
I'm,
last
I'm
time you went to like a real taco place? Like a hole in the wall taco place?
oh, it's been a little while.
Maybe take your date to dinner there? Speaking of which, who did you go with? Was he gorgeous?
Yeah, he's I mean, I'm gonna note it to you like this. It's gonna sound weird, but I kind of went with two guys.
Oh. Double date kind of thing? Or both? Seeing both of them?
I've seen both of them.
Wow. Aren't you adventurous?
Yeah. I mean, when you get around as much as I do, you gotta try, but
Oh my goodness, that I've never done a solo for me kind of double dates and like 2 dates at once. That's kind of something that people don't really do a whole lot of, but I guess whatever works for you.
Yeah,
That's kind of fun. Tell me about
I
that.
mean, one, I'm not going to go too deep into detail, but
Oh, of course, you gotta keep your secrets.
yeah, I've got to keep the secrets. But the first one, he's a physical looker, not so much, but he has a beautiful mind.
Ooh.
He's every word that he speaks, everything that he everything that he comes up with, everything that he comes up with, he's a tactical planning kind of man, and I can get behind it. It's great.
Mm.
It's amazing in a way that I couldn't even begin to describe. He's so wise too. And then
That's juicy.
the other,
Like Silver Fox kind of looker?
yeah, you could say that
Oh
a little
my.
bit,
Oh my.
but and then the other one,
Scandalous.
he's he's more boyish, but his heart's in the right place, and I mean, he's a real hunk, if you know what I mean.
Mm.
And I mean, he's he's quite the candy to look at, if you know what I mean.
Mm. Oh my gosh. I would want to meet them so bad.
I mean, I might be able to set up a meeting between you and
I have. Do you
the
have
lover.
pictures? I want pictures.
I don't have any pictures, unfortunately.
Oh, who doesn't see people and get their pictures and do selfies and shit? You're on Instagram, love. Come on.
The place that I went to, like this at the tower, it's kind of that unwritten rule thing of what goes there stays there.
Aha. But
But I
you.
mean, if I meet up with him and go to that taco place, then yeah, maybe I might get some pictures. And
Wait, was this the first date? You went to the tower on the first date? That's like committed level date.
I managed to get the reservations, and it's kind of a once in a lifetime thing. So I decided to take the chance.
Oh wow. You kind of went all out on a first date. I mean, that's. Where do you go from there? What do you do?
You move to experiences. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
The experience is the thing.
Okay. Well, I hope you haven't
And
set their expectations too high and they actually like the taco place. Because there's really
yeah,
good.
I hope so too. But wait, you had a suggestion for a taco place? 'Cause,
I mean, the one over. What was? Oh, what was the name of it? I think it was Gigi's. It's over.
Gigi's?
It's kind of. It's kind of over on the west side. It's like real small. Like it is the smallest place that I have ever seen. It's basically taco truck size, but it's the best. And they have all outdoor seating, and it's just fabulous.
I'm gonna have to go there and try it, I think.
I think you should. Because if you
Yeah, no.
went to the tower and you had dinner there, and then now you're like, where do I go from here? Then you take them there.
Yeah, no, I think it's a good idea. You know, speaking with you, Julia, it makes me feel better.
Well, that's kind of a thing that I do.
I know, and I cherish it.
I mean, who else are you gonna, like, geek out with about boys? I mean, we've done that since, like, kindergarten.
Yeah, yeah. No, no. It's just I've been so busy that I haven't had a chance to just sit down with you and.
Why? Because yeah, I get it. Yeah, because you have so many followers on Instagram now, and you don't really have the time, and I get that, and that's cool. I'm so busy with like medical school and all of that shit going on. That's both of us kind of don't have time a lot.
Yeah, and that's just a thing that makes me sad. You know what I mean? Like I want to make sure that you and I together will have time together, so that we lose that contact,
Of
because it
course
is
not.
something that I cherish.
Of course not. As long as you're like you tell me when your number changes, because I know you have to have like weirdos. People have
Oh,
weirdos.
yeah. No, I have my fair share of weirdos. I went out to a club the other night,
Mm.
and I think someone in there one of those weirdos recognized me, and I just, oh, I got out of there quick smile. I'm not one to deal with that kind of crap, you know?
Big old creep kind of thing.
Yeah, kind of gross looking too.
Ugh.
So I kind of just, got out of there.
Well, hopefully he got the hint, and we'll leave you alone.
I hope so, but at the same time, I'm not holding my.
Like you've told this person off before, right?
Oh yeah, yeah, but I mean, you get those really persistent ones
Ugh.
trying to listen to you. And the entire thing is like if you get rid of one, another one just pops up, and it's just
You used to have that problem in high school, didn't you?
yeah, guys trying to get with me.
I mean, everybody was talking about how they wanted to.
Yeah,
That was kind of silly,
yeah.
real silly.
I know, right? But it's it's an interesting thing.
But it's
It's the more things change, the more they say the same. You know.
that's true. I mean, you've hardly changed at all.
I just try and keep myself looking as I've always been. You know.
Rolling in that that Instagram money, right?
Instagram money, Patreon money.
Well, I hope that you've always been the kind to really follow after her dreams, and I'm doing the same thing too. So
Yeah, I just make sure, and that while I'm chasing them, don't lose what's important along the way.
exactly. So, what are your hopes and dreams right now? Now that you are Instagram famous, because we've always had a goal in mind, and when you have a goal in mind, then it's attainable. Because if you don't really set yourself on a path, you don't know where you're going.
Hmm. I mean, aside aiming ever higher,
Hmm.
the other, the other thing that I have in my got some friends really need my help,
Hmm.
and I think I wanna be able to get strong enough to help them out in just the right ways, so that thing things go well for them. You know.
That's a goal for them, though. What about for you? Like, what is the Queen of Instagram desiring at this point?
My desire. You know, with this stuff, I don't know.
Well, you should find out,
Hmm.
because then you're doing something for you. And there's never anything
Yeah.
wrong with doing something for you.
Yeah. I mean, I I suppose that I've always wanted to get deep into the modeling thing. So maybe, yeah, I might just,
You kind of achieved that.
yeah, but I mean, like deeper, you know? Maybe like opening my own agency,
Hmm.
not just doing the Instagram thing, like having people around.
That sounds
You
fun.
know, having a building and, you know, hiring photographers,
Ooh.
kind of taking people under my wing, you know?
I think that you would make a wonderful agent.
Yeah, I hope so.
Helping people
That I
get on
wanna,
the same path as you did.
yeah,
I
yeah.
mean, if you're
On
already
on
thinking
this
about retiring, getting bored.
board, of modeling, no, I'm not thinking of retiring just yet. I mean, becoming an agent is something that's a bit further down the line,
Oh,
you
of
know?
course. But that's your
It's
retirement
just,
goal, right?
that's my retirement goal. To keep doing the things that I love and, you know, keep doing the things that I love, just in a different way. See things from a new perspective. And I think with that, it's gonna be a long road, but I think I know just where to start.
Well, if I helped out in that regard in any way, I hope you understand that I'm always here.
And for that, Julia, I am eternally and exceptional grateful. Just know that when when uh when you need me, I'm here as well.
Of course.
But smiles and she looks at her phone time. It's like, it is getting late, and I'm sure you probably have some theory work to do tomorrow,
Oof.
or practical work.
Both.
Oh boy. Well,
It's
what
gonna
I
be a
will do is
long day.
I will go and let you get some sleep.
I appreciate
And
you, Ember.
I appreciate you, Julia. And she smiles. I'll let you get some rest.
Don't work yourself too hard.
Of course. We'll talk soon, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe go get tacos.
Alright. That does sound good. Alright. I will catch you later then, Julia.
See you later.
And with that, Amber's gonna leave.
And you leave the house, going back towards your car.
Yep. And as Amber gets into the car, she kinda places her head against the steering wheel with a smile on her face. She's like, it was a good idea. It's a really good idea. Okay. Amber, you know what you need to do. Now it's time to prove that you can do it. And she's gonna head back to the coterie house.
Alright. You make your way back. Benji has spent some time getting to know Vince over the phone. figuring out what exactly it is that Vince could potentially do for them. Benji, was there anything that you wanted to ask from him specifically? Or was it
Pretty
just to
simple.
get to know?
A little bit of get to know, a little bit of what can you get.
He lets you know that surreptitiously, using like code or anything like that. Actually, give me a quick charisma plus streetwise.
I'm actually good at any of that. Oh, I am.
Yeah, without a doubt, the over the phone kind of coded speech he uses lets you know that he could get anything of an illicit nature, like drugs or anything like that. Potentially off the books weapons.
Preferably off the books weapons. Preferably.
He does let you know that it is going to cost it. Getting a licensed gun is pretty simple here in Texas, but getting an off the books gun is going to cost extra.
How much and or what do you...
He lets you know that the finder's fee is going to be about $1,000, and each individual gun is going to be about $2,000.
Oh, God. Well, guess I'm asking Amber in favor.
Do you tell him to go ahead and place the order?
Yep. Consider it done.
Then he will meet you tomorrow night to pick up the funds in a nondescript place.
All right.
And Amber comes back into the coterie house shortly after you finish your call. Is there anything else you wish to do tonight? Speak with each other? Speak to someone else? Did Discord derp? I'm not hearing any sound. Can you guys still hear me? Discord may have chucked a fit, y'all. Give me a moment. Oh. Okay.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello?
Okay.
Okay.
There we
Discord
go.
did a
Yay.
big-
Okay, I was wondering.
Yeah, Discord did a dub.
Discord
But no, I
did
was
a
just gonna
fucking
say,
derp.
since Amber and Julie's conversation was probably took a little while, and Benji's call was probably relatively short, so I'll give it a bit and then have
Okay.
Amber come back in from her talking,
All right.
her little chat with Julia.
Unless there's no other conversation between Urian and Benji.
Benji is letting Urian be reflective. He seemed really in his environment earlier. And I'm not, but there's something different about it. It's seeing how he just knew the etiquette, knew how to speak to the Baron, soaked in the environment. I don't know. He said he had a past. Maybe that's what he knew. I won't pry. I'm not going to interrupt him.
Urian is in his room reading. Keeps gazing out into the street. Well, that's not entirely true. Every so often he lifts his head from his book. And he looks out into the street, but that's not what he sees. He sees that beautiful skyline. He sees that view with the music, the servitors, the respect shown, the pageantry of it all. There's certainly a longing in his eyes. And yet, here he is, in the home that was basically stolen by blood. How pathetic he is. How small he is. But if there was something Urian Doyle's cider had ever taught him, is that magic is very simple when you really think about it. It is exuding your will upon the world and making it bend. You do not need to know spells to do that, though they help. He ends up also pulling aside another piece. Something he was given long ago. The sights to enjoy in all of San Antonio. The Alamo. Perhaps he'll find it. He needs the wisdom of warriors, after all. The more he knows, the more he applies. The more he realizes just how much of a lost child he is becoming. But, it's like I said earlier, pathetic.
Amber, you walk into the house and no one seems to be downstairs, except you hear a little bit of rustling in the kitchen. The person that you see going across the hall is the person whose house this is, Randolph.
Ah, yes, Randolph.
Kind of a grizzly-looking old man, kind of disheveled-looking, but kind of has a little bit of a hunch, moves a little slow, but otherwise looks like a proud man.
Yeah, he's got a bit of age, but he's also got the dignitas. Of course, using that in the regular Latin term. But like, Randolph, you haven't seen Benji around, have you? Need to talk to him.
Think he went up to the room. I don't know. I've been making dinner. You want something?
No, I'm fine. Thank you for the offer, though.
Alright, suit yourself. People never eat at my fucking house. And he goes back to whatever it was he was doing.
And Amber's gonna head upstairs, probably towards Benji's room. And she's gonna knock on the door.
He opens it. He's surprised to see her. Oh, hey.
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 Just wanted to talk with you about some stuff. Nothing major.
Alright. My room or living room or...
Your room is fine.
Alright. Close the door to the landlord.
So that talk was something that I really needed, I think. Truly.
Yeah. Get anything good out of it?
She's like, yeah, actually. Although I have a tiny favor to ask.
Alright. Anything.
Pose for a selfie with me.
What? Wait, why?
She's like, I may have mentioned that I took some boys to dinner at the tower.
Okay. He leans forward against the wall and just, like, starts chuckling. Are you telling people that we're dating?
No,
Is-
not. I mean, a little bit.
Okay, alright, I'll take the selfie with you, but on one condition.
Sure. What's the condition?
Is it your friend? Is that who it...
Yes.
Right. Good. Alright, fuck it. Yeah. Let's do this.
And Amber is actually gonna switch on. Oh no! I don't. She'll take the selfie with Benji. I had an idea and then realized that wouldn't work. So no, she's just gonna take this up with Benji,
Okay.
and then she's gonna send it off to Julia.
Are you setting up with any particular lighting in mind, or just kind of in the dark?
Oh yeah, we'll set it up with some lighting, and whatnot.
Sweet fluorescent bathroom lights.
Yeah, fluorescent bathroom
Got 'em
lights.
going. There's a full body mirror in Amber's room, just all set up, and
She knows how to make it work.
All them Instagram filters, nobody knows the wiser that you're not living.
it's true.
There's also the entire thing. I also have modeling as a performance specialty.
It's true. It's true.
Benji pulls off his whole hype persona. Just for whatever reason, makes faces at the camera every time. You can't get this man to smile at a camera, no matter how much you plead and beg. But he pulls it off. He pulls off the face making well.
No,
Amber, he looks like a fucking doofus.
that's fine. You know what? That's more than fine. She'll send off a better looking, but Benji's still looking kind of goofy picture of them to Julia and being like, this is the second guy I told you about. Although she's gonna make sure that Benji doesn't see that text message she sends.
Can I look over her shoulder?
Amber, make me a dexterity larceny. And Benji,
Sure, this is just Dex.
make me wits awareness.
No.
She's hiding the text. You can't read it exactly, but you know she's hiding some text.
What'd you send? What'd you send, Amber? What? Like, starts imposing on her.
She's just like, I sent off what I said I was going to send off, and with that she locks the phone and slides it between her boobs.
Alright. You win this round.
It's like, I will tell you nothing bad, I promise. And she gives him a look that is actually sincere.
Okay.
But that's enough about me. How did your little venture go? I'm guessing you were doing things while I was away.
Yeah, speaking of, pulls up his phone, scrolls through the texts. So, I got in contact with this guy named Vince.
Okay.
This is number, I don't know if you got it, but Gurian gave me this number when I first joined the coterie.
No, I don't have that number.
Oh. He just looks at his phone, looks at Amber, looks at his phone, looks at Amber. I'll give it to you. This guy Vince, I guess he's got connections. He can work some trades for us.
Oh, good. Okay.
But, and here's the but, it's gonna cost some money. We can get guns under the grid, but it's gonna cost money.
How much?
1,000 to snoop them, and $2,000 for every gun we get.
Oh, you're talking some large money there. All right. I can see what I'll see what I can accessing savings to make that a thing. If I pay for this, you're gonna owe me.
I got that.
It's like, good. Well, we can sort that out between us and Urian, because he's definitely going to want to know what's going on.
Absolutely. But, I mean, this is a good start.
It's a good start. Yeah. Said later on, the next few nights, I would like to do some investigating on the street as to where these information gaps are coming from, and maybe get started on a little pet project of mine.
Right. In a couple nights here, we'll also have to go pick up those weapons.
And then we've also got the meeting between Bastita and Delgado.
Oh my god. We're so pressed for time! Alright.
So much to do, so little time, but one step at a time. Highest priority first.
Agreed.
Right, shall we present this to Mr. Doyle, and then we'll figure out our plan of attack. Sound good to you?
Sounds good. He just
Alright.
holds out his fist for a little bump.
Amber
Amber looks a little confused, and then she realizes it once, and she gives him a fist bump.
He smiles. He's pleased.
And Amber's gonna hop up. It's like, well, I'm gonna do a little thinking, do a little reading, and it might be time to sleep. But Benji, this is as she's leaving.
What do you need?
It's like, at some point we're gonna have to teach you how to get over your fear of pretty women. And she blows a kiss at him and leaves.
Benji drops his phone.
And with the clattering of a cell phone on the floor of Benji's room is where we're going to end the session for tonight. GG, everyone.
GG.
God
GG.
damn it. God damn it. I shit it. I told myself I wasn't gonna make more ships out of this game, but here we are.
Well, to be fair, you also got inspiration for new drawings.
Yeah.
All of which, with your permission, are going to go up on the splash page.
Oh, fuck yeah.
You can't put that up there. Oh,
Yeah.
you meant the other one.
We get the other one.
We ship our own characters, y'all.
We do.
Why am I being dragged into this?
Alright.
Because
Alright.
unfortunately you have a ship arrangement too.
Oh, fuck off.
But good game, everybody. Hope you enjoyed.
GG.
So let's dish out some experience.
Yay, experience.
One for the three of you for coming out today. And then we give out the bonus experience for the person who moved the plot the furthest, the person who had the best scene, and the person who made the best memorable line. So, who moved our plot? Any plots? Personal plots? Big plots? Meta plots? Who did it?
Metaplot
Urian.
goes to Urian, goddammit.
It is what I do.
He does it best. Satan bless him.
Damn you.
Amber, thoughts?
Yeah, no.
Yes, she
No,
is.
Hey, Lamau.
yes, she is. But no, Urian with his politicking and getting into meeting with Baron Bastita in the first place. That's a massive plot move.
Alright. Urian, once again, stealing the plot.
Which is fine.
Best scene.
Bougie shit and $80 steaks. That's what I put in.
Was that for scene or line?
That's for line. Sorry.
Scene.
Best scene. Best scene I decided was Amber, I talk with my old friends just so I can brag about my extravagance to Pre.
That's not why she went to see Julia, but okay.
I know, but that's how it sounded.
Yeah. Well, that's what you meant. That's what happened.
And
It's okay,
Julia
honey.
was about it, though. So.
Yeah.
It's true. It'd be that Toreador life. They're just... That's what they do.
They were probably the catty, cute girls at school.
Yeah.
The ones who like to talk about everything Bushi. So. That's who they are. As a
Yeah. Which is more than fine. More than fine.
But no, I'll happily take that XP if we are in agreement.
Is that the decision? Amber talking
Sure.
about stuff with Julia? Alright. Best line.
Yeah, no.
$80 steak definitely came in mind.
Yeah.
Because, okay, it was primarily bougie shit. Because somehow that became a reoccurring joke through the rest of the show.
The game. Yeah, bougie shit. We're a member of the bourgeoisie.
Then Benji takes it for his bougie
Yeah.
comment.
Yeah, bougie.
It's not Yuri in this time with dad jokes, it's Benji with bougie shit.
I'm trying not to steal it again.
You're good.
Yeah, no.
To be fair, a lot of Yurian's lines are fucking mint.
Yeah, genuinely.
I
Like,
was
I'm not- I'm not-
I was tempted to end up throwing in the. I hear the cable is becoming a thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. If it wasn't Benji's bougie shit, that would have been my second choice. My third choice would have been Amber's. It's like, don't worry, Benji. Well, I'll help you get over your fear of pretty women.
Oh. That's a good one too.
But no, Benji takes it for the bougie shit. That was fucking funny.
Alright, then Benji it is.
Yay!
Congrats, everybody. What about desires? Anybody do that? Nobody really spent willpower today, but
No,
I meant-
didn't spend willpower, but definitely started to. Sorry. Lean into both ambition and desire. So
it's true facts.
getting closer.
Yep.
I made a contact with a contact, but I did not make a new contact.
My desire was to open Benji's mind and give it all the stuff with the bougie shit and the new house and the fridge with the ice maker.
I'm sorry, open Benji's mind was your desire?
Yeah. She basically to help
Fuck,
him.
you could have
to
done
help
that
him-
with a fire axe and saved us like 2 hours.
Could have gone so many ways.
But no, I am gonna change my desire because I'm pretty sure it was met in that she helped Benji at the very least see things a little bit from her perspective, just a little. The next
Any
desire.
expenditures of XP?
I only have 2. There's nothing I could spend it on, even if I wanted to.
Same.
Unless it's Haven stuff.
I did say that you
Hold
could-
off on that. Give it time to broil. And I'm not gonna lie, Urian desperately needs to end up getting ready for war at this point. And I can't do that with my current powers and equipment.
Yep, I'm actually gonna keep a hold of mine too.
I literally have one self-defense trick. It's requiring blood. And trying to keep Urian fed is a full fucking time job, I swear to God.
Yeah.
That it is.
No, I don't think there's going to be any expenditure. If they're going to hold off on the Haven stuff, I will too, because I'm so close to that delicious resolve too.
Then we'll save experience for the next time when you have stuff to buy.
Yeah.
In the meantime,
Good night.
thank you so much, everybody, for coming out to San Antonio by night. Hope you all enjoyed the show, and have a wonderful night.
Good evening.